So, I am going to do a very quick review of this game. I don't need to go super in-depth with this game because I already did the review of Vanilla Ocarina of Time. So I just really want to comment on the changes that Master Quest made to the original Ocarina of Time. You know, there's things I like and then there's things I don't like. I like how combat is more difficult. That was one of my complaints about the original Ocarina of Time, is that combat was too easy. The enemies were... There weren't enough... It wasn't enough of a challenge, combat. And they either added more enemies or they added more higher tier enemies to make combat more challenging. And by making combat more challenging, you end up using a lot of your special abilities that you normally don't even need to use, like your spells, like Din's Fire. I used this so much in this game. I never really needed to use it in the original Ocarina of Time. Naru's Love I didn't use, but you know, I could see that being useful in some places as well. I mean, you can use either. And I definitely needed you know, the bottles and all the heart pieces were really helpful with the increased difficulty. I think they realized that increased difficulty is something that Zelda fans really want, especially for the combat. So they added a hero mode to a lot of the other games, like the HD versions of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. So that I really like. What I don't like is the remixed dungeons, which is kind of the whole point of Master Quest. That's really the only thing that's different, other than, you know, making the combat more challenging. And the remixed dungeons, I just don't like the level design. They made it even more obtuse than the dungeons already were. I mean, this game was already pretty obtuse. Like, figuring out how to do some of these puzzles is just so... Like, I don't see how anyone can normally figure out some of these puzzles, because the stuff you need to do is just ridiculous sometimes. Like, knowing that you needed to swipe at a chest that's already open, for example, is ridiculous and stupid to expect anyone. Like, you could be stuck the entire time and never know that you needed to do that. That you need to just, like, slash at a chest, and then that opens up a door. Like, why is that ever... Like, that's not even a clever puzzle. It's just annoying and stupid. So, and there's other instances like that. They made the water temple a little shorter, but honestly, like, it's worse. Like, at least the original water temple, it was just annoying, but like, I could figure it out on my own. Like, with this water temple, it is so bad. And really, the last couple of dungeons are just garbage. Like Shadow Temple, Spirit Temple, Water Temple, they're all pretty much garbage. Like, the ones in the beginning aren't too bad, I guess, but yeah, the dungeons got so bad that I just didn't want to deal with them anymore. And that's pretty much it. Like, when you think about it, Master Quest really does not offer a lot of new stuff at all. I really don't think there's enough here that's new to make it really worth anything. Not that it really matters. I mean, like, it was released as like this bonus disc that included the original Ocarina of Time. You know, if this was sold as like a standalone game at the time for Nintendo 64 DD, then it would have been a complete ripoff, because there really isn't enough new, and the stuff that is new isn't good. So, yeah, for the most part, I prefer the original Ocarina of Time. I guess that's it. I mean, the only other thing I want to mention that which also applies to the original Ocarina of Time, is just this horse, by the way. I don't think I mentioned this in the original review, but like, this thing gets stuck behind obstacles way too easily. Like, if you go to Hylian Lake, Lake Hylia, like, she'll get stuck behind some stuff. Just like, needlessly. You know, like, I can kind of give it a pass because it is an older game and probably one of the first, if not the first, 3D game to even include horseback riding. But I'm just saying that by today's standards, horseback riding really has not aged very well. She just gets stuck and then she'll come to a complete stop way too often. You know, I can demonstrate that kind of over here. Okay, so she runs up this thing okay. But then, like, when I try to run back, she'll have trouble. Like, see? Like that. Like, why should that stop me dead in my tracks? And then I can just run right back over it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's just one little thing I wanted to mention. It's just a nitpick. It does not affect the overall enjoyment of the game, but I just wanted to point it out since I am talking. I am doing a review now, so I might as well just mention it. And that's really all I have to say. It's still a great game, but the original Ocarina of Time is better. It would have been nice if they just made like a hero mode for that game, and that would have been it.